Imagine you sell tires, not cars, tires, and your biggest problem is that nobody is driving. What do? You don't lower your prices, you don't run more ads, you don't do anything that any business school would tell you to do. Instead, you invent the most prestigious food award in the world. That's exactly what Michelin did. And a century later, their restaurant guide is more famous than their tires. Let that land for a second. This is the story of the greatest indirect marketing play in history, and it starts with a number that should shock you. The year is 1900. France. Two brothers, André and Edouard Michelin. They have a tire company, a good one. There's just one problem. There are only 3,000 cars in all of France. 3,000. That's it. The whole country. Now, here's the thing about tires. They only wear out when you actually drive. If nobody drives, nobody needs new tires. So the brothers had a problem that most businesses never think about. It wasn't just, how do we sell more tires? It was, how do we make people want to drive more? Let the audience sit with that reframe for a moment. Because think about it like a 5-year-old. If you sell lollipops and kids aren't allowed sweets, what do? You don't just sell more lollipops. You convince the parents that sweets are fine. Michelin needed to convince France that long car journeys were worth taking. So here's what they did. They made a book. A free book. They called it the Michelin Guide. And inside, practical stuff for drivers. Where to find petrol. Where to get your car fixed. Where to sleep. Where to eat. They printed 35,000 copies and gave them away. For free. Let it breathe for a second. Now picture this from a driver's perspective in 1900. Roads are rough. There's no GPS, no Google Maps, no phone signal. You don't even know where to get fuel in the next town. And suddenly someone hands you a free guidebook. That tells you everything you need to know. You start taking trips you never would have taken. You drive further. You explore more. And your tires wear out faster. The plan was working. But Michelin didn't stop there. In 1926, something changed. Michelin started rating restaurants. Not just, this place serves food, but a proper rating. With stars, here's how it worked. 1 star, worth stopping for. 2 stars, worth a detour. 3 stars, worth a special journey. And, let's just say that again, worth a special journey. That means get in your car, drive for hours, just to eat here. And that's exactly what people did. But Michelin did something clever to make the ratings feel real. They made it mysterious. Anonymous inspectors. Nobody knew who they were. They'd visit restaurants in secret. Eat, pay, leave, judge. Chefs couldn't charm them, couldn't bribe them, couldn't spot them. That mystery made the stars feel earned. And when something feels earned, it feels prestigious. Now here's where it gets psychological. Chefs started obsessing over these stars. Losing one could devastate a restaurant overnight. Gaining one meant queues around the block. This wasn't just about money, it was about identity, about legacy, about honor. Some chefs have cried on the floor of their kitchen after losing a star. Some have handed theirs back, refusing to deal with the pressure. Some have died having never got over losing one. All because a tire company made up a rating system. Think about that. Michelin didn't set out to create the world's most important culinary award. They just wanted people to drive more. And yet, here we are, 120 years later, and Michelin stars are the Oscars of fine dining. So what can we actually learn from this? The obvious lesson is, Michelin sold tires without advertising tires. But there's something deeper here. They didn't create a product, they created a culture. They made dining out a reason to travel, and made traveling the reason to wear out tires. They built demand indirectly, and this playbook is everywhere once you know to look for it. Home Depot doesn't just sell drills. They run DIY tutorials. You need a drill to do the project. Recipe websites don't sell food. They sell inspiration. You buy the ingredients yourself. Red Bull doesn't advertise energy drinks. They sponsor cliff divers and F1 cars. You drink Red Bull because it feels like a lifestyle. None of them are selling the product directly. They're selling the life you want to live, and the product just happens to be part of that life. Michelin invented content marketing before anyone called it that. Here's the final thought I want to leave you with. The Michelin Guide is now more famous than Michelin tires. Most people who obsess over Michelin stars don't even know they're run by a tire company. And that might be the biggest win of all. Michelin created something so valuable, so independent, so respected, that people forgot it was ever an advert. They didn't build a marketing campaign, they built an institution. All because they wanted to sell more rubber. If you found this interesting, imagine what's hiding inside every logo, brand, and business you walk past every day. There's always a story. I'll find them for you. Like, subscribe. See you in the next one.